So what was the coach's name? The head coach?
Mikael Costen, Costen. He on our Facebook. He would find a reason to make you run 20 suicides.
Yes, sir.
Hey, heard Dobie White.
Bad reporting in school today.
Heard y'all boys late for class.
Yeah,
what period was that? Sixth period? Let's get six suicides.
Because if you're in Little League, everybody should play. Everybody should participate.
Play.
Not competitive travel teams though.
When you get to school ball, that's when it stopped for us. Everybody got in the game.
When they start cutting players, whatever that league is, if they cut players, it's competitive at that. It's competitive at that point.
The best players play.
Yeah.
I remember we had a white boy on our team named Danny. Chico forgot his uniform. Where were we at that time? And Chico forgot his shorts. The white game, the coach had took his shorts off underneath his warmer. Give Chico your shorts. He ain't had no shorts on. He knew how bad are you feeling on the bench when you sitting there like, there's no way I can go in the game. I
ain't talking to Alex Scott no more today, man.
He could have got a pair of shorts from the JV team or something. Sitting there with his drawers on the bench, like you don't even think about getting in there. He was like 6'5", 6'6", and couldn't even get in the game.
Well, look, man, I ain't got time to mess with y'all fools, man. So, look, man, is there anything else y'all want to, before we close, anything else y'all want to say about?
Bowles. George can't talk about basketball, Culpeper basketball without George Bowles, Southern Fried Chicken. You know, that came from basketball being a popular name in the community, going off and coming back to college and doing something that he started, and that popularity that started in Culpeper basketball. He didn't play no other sport, you know, and some families in Culpeper have a basketball tradition. The Whites, the Bowles,
definitely,
the Macs, you know. Some families have the Jennings. You have basketball families down there also. You know, you got some football families like the Shanks. They're football families, you know. You baseball. The Whites are baseball families. It's like that in Orange, I'm pretty sure, too. You got some families that are known for some things. Like,
some families are more athletic, man.
That's
what they do.
That's just what they do.
You know, it's generation
after generation.
I always say that kids you got to develop some sort of passion for something.
You go to Louisa, it's going to be a Shelton on the team.
That's
you
true.
Go to Fredericksburg, it's going to be a Bunbury.
Yeah.
Or Spotsylvania, it was going to be a what was the names in Spotsylvania? King George was the Fox. You was a Fox. Caroline was a Quarles. Every year. Every year. It's going to be at least one of them names. Every football team in Culpeper going to have a Shanks. I don't give a damn what year. You can go to every year. You can find a Shanks. You know?
Yeah.
Some families just have a tradition of putting out athletes. You know? And Culpeper, I'm blessed to be from there, you know. It's a small town, but I never had a small town attitude.
No, man. Y'all produce some
I've never had a small town attitude.
Y'all produce memories that were so powerful, man, that I have memories of it. You know what I'm saying? And y'all we were in rival schools.
Yeah.
You know, so I thought that's why I want. It's important for kids to grow up and have. I think that kind of competition is good for you.
It is.
You know,
it is.
I went to Norfolk State, man, and even though I was a little older when I went to college, but the allure or the competition, I still got good memories of it, man. You know what I'm saying? It was a real tight knit fan base, and even though we were just jive, but it still was competitive. And they played Virginia State. It's a big deal.
That was one thing I think I missed in Culpeper, and to go back to what Dobie said, the school system. Like, we were never introduced to HBCUs.
Right.
No.
Nobody. I didn't know anything about Norfolk State.
I knew a black college.
I knew it was a black college, but nobody said.
Watching the Cosby Show.
Nobody said. Yeah. Nobody told me that Norfolk State was D1.
Well, at the time,
Howard was D1.
Right.
Yeah.
Nobody told me North Carolina A&T was D1.
Right.
I didn't know Hampton was Division I football.
You know, but the crazy thing, Alex.
I didn't know that growing up.
If they would have gave if they would have talked to, even at our school, man, they didn't talk about it either. But if they would have talked to us about it, maybe everybody would have gone to college. Maybe everybody would have got. It's more opportunity, obviously, right? And as much of as many studs as y'all had on the team, all of y'all should have been playing college ball.
Right.
Do you know out of all them games that we played, they didn't record one and didn't have video to send to one college for one of us?
Ain't that crazy?
No, we never even got no videos back then.
I got one video and it's online because somebody from Petersburg put it on YouTube. Our game from the States from University Hall is on YouTube.
I remember seeing it.
Yeah, I seen the link to
it. And as simple as that would be, as simple as that is, man, it's a video camera could have changed all y'all lives.
We all probably could have had free education, at least a D2.
Yeah.
We could at least played Virginia State, you know. I mean, if you go to the States 3 years in a row, don't tell me.
Somebody off the team ought to get a shot.
Back then, it was only 3 divisions. It was single A, double A, triple A.
Yeah.
So every year, we were in the top 40, 50 players in our division. So you mean to tell me the top 50 players in the state don't get a look at one college?
Mm-hmm.
Nobody ever brought us in and said, I never had a guidance counselor come in and say, you guys are awesome at basketball, and I think you got a future.
Right.
I never had that.
I mean,
nobody came to me and said, you guys are getting some really good looks. I think you should take some different courses and prepare yourself for college. Nobody ever did that. I think the kids nowadays are more advanced with us at that.
Yeah. So even if the guidance counselor doesn't do it, now the
parents,
kid,
the
parents and the kids.
As a parent.
Right.
Well, you know, I was telling my Footloose, my son in college, my youngest son in college, and Footloose's son, my brother, is at ODU.
I seen
And think about this, right? When I went to, we DJ for a thing in Orange every year called the African American, it's called the Afro Ball. Mm-hmm. It's the African American Club, right? They got white kids and everybody in the class, in the group, right? But the reason I bring it up is because everybody in the club, you got to be in the club to come to the little dance they have, right? About 100 kids. All of them going to college. All of them. You know, that's a total difference from when we grew up.
Oh, man.
You know what I'm saying? Well, you know, me and you have had this conversation, man. Yeah. We've had obvious, especially y'all two. Yeah. Y'all had obvious conversations about politics. But this is the thing, right? No matter what y'all political leanings are, I know y'all got each other back. Yeah. And I know for sure y'all got the back of the kids that's in the community. Mm-hmm. And I damn sure do. And I ain't even from y'all community. And there's a lot of conversations I can have with you about relationships I had with young people down in y'all town. You know what I'm saying? Because really it's our mission to kind of help guide these kids, even if they don't have parents that can elevate to you know, out of that mentality. Because it's other stuff out here, man.
It's and like I said, man, I'm learning as I go. My parents didn't go to college. I didn't have anybody that knew how to fill out applications and FAFSA and
man, it's a complicated situation. Look, man, I got a doctorate degree, man, and when I said it, my son sends me stuff that he's got to fill. He's in college now. He's a senior. Yeah, he sends me stuff, and I got to sit there and I got to think about this stuff.
Hey, man,
I said I've been to I got a bunch of college degrees, and I'm sitting there looking at this stuff like this is Greek to me. So what do you think? What do you think is like for parents who don't really have a lot of education, and people are recruiting their kids? That's why it don't shock me when kids get caught up. They're great athlete. They go to college, and they get hemmed up because they took some money from a booster. Dope. Is anything else you want to say before we close, man?
No, I just want to say that time back in history with Culpeper basketball back in the 90s, 80s, that era. That was some of the best times of my life. Right. Just remember just being a part of watching Keith come up through there and do his thing, and everybody being amazed at what he was doing, and you know what I'm saying, and then me looking at that and then taking it to another level with the era that we came up in, the 90, 91, 92 squad. The 2 out of 3 years that I went to the state, I mean, that's a nice little run right there.
No doubt.
You know what I'm saying? That's a nice little run. I like to see somebody else come through and win it, finally get us back to that, you know, over that hump. But I was proud of what we did my 3 years back in high school, and what, got to play with Brown, got to play with G, my man Alex here, and Andre. That was back then, and I wouldn't change it for nothing in the world. Loved it.
Yeah. And again, man, I appreciate you for that, man. And in closing, I really like to say that I said it before, I gotta say it again, man. I'm just really happy that y'all take time out your busy schedule to come chop it up with me, man, because I really want this to be a document for young people to look at, or even parents to say, look, man, we got to get back to the old way of doing business. Because, some things we shouldn't go back in some ways, but some of the things we do need to return to. Some of this work ethic, some of the work ethic that got y'all the way you are, that's a big deal, man. And it should be... there should be some sort of documentary, some sort of document.
Ain't no shortcut to greatness.
Family based, man. You know what I'm saying? As long as you got a good nucleus, a good start with your family, a good foundation with your family, and even though we not blood related, we family.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? His mom is. I wouldn't be where I'm at today if it wasn't for him and his family. What his mom and dad did for me back in high school. You know what I'm saying? I ain't have a place to go at the time. They brought me in their house. I lived with Alex for a year, almost 2 years.
Oh, yeah, almost 2 years. Our last junior, senior year.
Yeah, I lived with Alex for almost 2 years. You know what I'm saying? So,
but it was for the team.
Yeah.
Everything was, we've been brothers since like 6 years old.
Yeah.
It's six years old. I still talk to Preston almost every night. Me and Preston talked on the phone last night till midnight. Tasha had come in there and tell him to get off the phone. I mean, just like that. I mean, just friends. I knew where he was going to be on the court before he knew. I could throw a pass to Preston or Dobie. I knew they moved.
Y'all like
I knew he was going to hit him with a thing and go back door.
Y'all just like my Army buddies, man. Because, like, even if y'all... okay, let me ask you this. When the last time y'all seen each other?
Probably about 3 weeks.
When the last time y'all two seen each other?
3 weeks ago, maybe a month ago.
What's that? At
G's
Chicken and Fish.
Bottom line is, right, you ain't got to see each other for 2-3 years.
Oh, yeah.
And y'all
you pick up like it was.
Yeah, that's real. That's real friendship.
That's love. I mean, I ain't gonna forget what.
And if you don't argue with family and with friends, and you don't have some kind of friction, somebody lying.
Yeah, ain't no growth.
You ain't no real.
Ain't
friend.
No growth gonna come from everybody.
You can't talk to somebody about something that they don't want to talk about.
Yeah. That's love. That's love.
My dad's had a friend to tell you what you don't want to hear.
That's love.
Go out there and try this with a stranger then.
Yeah, get punched dead in the face.
You know what I'm saying? I'm good with y'all. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But anyway, man, look, thank y'all for coming through, man. I really appreciate you, man. We got to do this again.
Oh, yeah.
All right? Appreciate it.
No doubt.